Hands on top, that means stop. Which means that Mr. Durgana's class is now in session. Boys and girls, I'm going to attack the question of the day, which is, why is the WWE Network not available in Canada yet? Well, I'm going to present some academic reasons as to why I believe the WWE Network has not penetrated the Canadian market yet. When the lesson is over, we are going to establish that what you're hearing out there is just myth. And that's the bottom line, because Mr. Durgana said so. Now take notes. The most preposterous theory with respect to the WWE Network in Canada is that World Wrestling Entertainment thinks of Canada as nothing but a mid-carder marketplace. The truth is that WWE has a headlock on the Canadian market, and there's a brand loyalty towards WWE more so than any other sports entertainment promotion. Lastly, several major attendance records were set in Canada for the WWE. The big event featuring Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan. WrestleMania 6 featuring Hulk Hogan and The Ultimate Warrior, WrestleMania 18 headlined by Hulk Hogan and The Rock, and lastly WWE Monday Night Raw during the Monday Night Wars. The Turnbuckle Club was not privy to WWE meetings in regards to the Canadian marketplace. However, coming from the world of television broadcasting and pay-per-view programming, my hypothesis is that the WWE Network is most likely not here due to CRTC regulations. Yes, Canada's version of Stevie Richards' faction known as the Right to Censor has presented the WWE with a gauntlet-type battle in order to enter the marketplace. What is the CRTC and what does it stand for? The CRTC stands for the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission. It is a governing body created by the Canadian government that promotes the advancement and protection of Canadian channels and cable service providers. They approve what can and cannot be aired in Canada. If the WWE Network enters the squared circle in Canada, it would be in direct competition with big Canadian networks and giant Canadian telecoms that offer WWE programming. Let's look at the economics. Let's use some very conservative hypothetical numbers to illustrate a point. As a Canadian cable or satellite service subscriber, the consumer would be facing a price range between $49.99 to $69.99 on a monthly pay-per-view alone, depending on whether the pay-per-view is one of WWE's top shelf events, such as WrestleMania, or a B-list pay-per-view like Extreme Rules. Price would also vary depending on whether the feed is standard definition or high definition. In addition, if a WWE fan who subscribes to cable or satellite service really wants to see vintage footage with limited access and NXT action, the consumer would have to pay additional fees to subscribe to a programming package with many channels for only one or two networks carrying WWE content. You need to understand that Canadians cannot buy a Prime Sports channel on its own. A minimum package with local channels plus a package containing channels airing WWE content must be subscribed to. With the WWE Network, the WWE has eliminated the middleman and now offers their monthly pay-per-view, unlimited access to their video library, fresh original content, NXT programming, and exclusive footage for a low price of $9.99. Why would anyone want to stay with cable or satellite when they are going to be charged multiple times more in fees? Something else to consider is the revenue share. When the WWE sells a pay-per-view, approximately 35 to 40% of revenue might go to the service provider. This is obviously not going to be the case with the WWE Network, since they will be keeping 100% of revenue. Essentially, the WWE will eliminate revenues for Canadian cable and satellite service providers and Canadian TV channel, which in turn increases revenues for the WWE Network, a non-Canadian network. When a memo like this crosses a desk over at the CRTC headquarters, you can expect delays in a WWE Network rollout. The Turnbuckle Club will make the following predictions. A. The WWE will deliver on their anticipated Canadian network launch by late 2014, early 2015. B. Due to CRTC provisions and the demand of the product, we anticipate a rate increase for the channel. It will not be $9.99 by the time it's ready for Canada. And C. Conclusively, the network will debut north of the border once the regulatory rumble is over and done with. Now, class is dismissed, and that's the bottom line.